Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk faster, faster, faster. Gotta talk fast.
Welcome to an oral review of Archie comics Sonic the Hedgehog, reminding you that Jesus was black.
Happy Black History Month.
I'm Nick, and except for this intro, I wrote the script.
And except for this intro, I'm Dominic, and I haven't read any of today's script.
According to the name of our last episode, God is also a woman, right?
Yeah.
So, a black woman.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure that the Republicans are going to be very angry.
No, I mean, like, Old Testament God, that is the original mad black woman from Tyler Perry's Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Yeah.
Just a heads up.
Hey, Dominic from the future here without any headphone hair. I am visiting family in the Philippines for a couple of weeks, so we'll be taking a small break in terms of regular episodes. However, Nick, hopefully, will be live streaming on the YouTube channel. Hopefully some gameplay. Maybe he'll be trying to 100% Sonic. Keyword I'm trying. And maybe we'll be uploading some of the edited down version of the live episodes that we did for the Sonic specials. So make sure to stay subscribed for the next time we drop a video or a live stream. Back to the episode. We are reading Knuckles, the Dark Legion, Book 3, Blood is Thicker. Released at some point. Written by Ken Penders and Kent Taylor.
I like to think it wasn't released. It just always existed.
Okay.
So.
Written by Ken Penders and Kent Taylor. Art by Manny Galan and Andrew Pepoy.
It's rock and roll.
So this is the intro page. What does one do when faced with an enemy whose resources seem limitless, whose numbers are many, and whose goal is total victory no matter what the cost? If you're an Echidna named Knuckles, whose experience is relatively limited, whose friends are a select few, and whose sworn duty is to protect the soaring paradise he lives on, you get ready to fight the good fight. You give it your all in order to protect that with which you've been entrusted with, even if it means your very life. You also learn from the lessons you've been taught, employing the weapons of one's intelligence against theirs of brute force, the conviction of one's beliefs, and the courage against theirs of blind obedience and cruelty, and the embodiment of one's honor against those who have none. If you're an Echidna named Knuckles, above all else, you have faith that you've been shown the right path in life, and if you're true to yourself, you have nothing to fear but fear itself. So that's the intro page, and before we go on, I do want to mention that it is a common misquote that the FDR inaugural is, we have nothing to fear but fear itself. The actual quote is, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Is it different? Not necessarily. It is kind of the same meaning, but that is actually what he said. Everyone seems to go, we have nothing to fear but fear itself.
Yeah.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. So I'm a little under the weather right now, but in grade school, I would like listen to that speech repeatedly.
You listened to that in grade school?
Who the fuck? Dude, fucking presidential inaugural speeches, I was fucking blasting that shit.
Yeah, I know it from the famous album Set Yourself on Fire by the artist Stars. Thank you very much.
Okay.
That's what I used to listen to when I was like 13. Fantastic breakup album if you're going through a breakup.
Okay, there you go. So this is your writing now. Let's see if it matches.
I like to think I didn't write this. It just came through me.
Oh, okay.
I channeled FDR's.
Should have channeled JFK. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Vice President.
I'll write the next one like JFK. You gotta do the next one in a JFK accent.
And just like the anti-FDR, the evil one that can stampede.
Because he can run. I assume anti-FDR can walk.
There's a stampede heading right towards the Chaotix team. What a fucking opener. This was caused in the last issue by the Dark Legion that's been firing attacks at the Chaotix, lighting the forest on fire. Knuckles and team need to act fast with some split-second teamwork. Knuckles commands Mighty to knock over a tree to block the path of the stampede. This has cornered the stampede, and with the hot fire on their heels, surely will kill the crowd. Knuckles, drunk with power and most likely watched one too many ice videos, commands Vector to turn his headphones into an LRAD device and sound blast the fire away. There were no survivors.
I want to point out,
Yeah, everyone's just gone.
no, everyone is legitimately gone. Like, I know the implication is they ran away, but they don't show that.
They ran left or right is the implication. But if you go up to that panel, on that, it's actually a cute little splash page showing a little some cameos of a couple of characters, including that rat fuck.
The amusement park guy and the bomb guy, I think, was from the same issue too.
I think so. Yeah, that sounds right. So it shows that they are in. So there's like regular civilization on the floating island.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They have a muscular Squirtle.
Or that's just a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
No.
No?
Wrong shade of green.
Okay.
That's a Squirtle blue.
I don't think that's Squirtle blue. That's like... It's like gray. It's more gray than Squirtle.
That's because the shade of blue they need is too expensive. So they went with more of a gray, but the inspiration was clearly a Squirtle blue.
Got it. So they all died.
I think that's the implication. I think based on what we've seen in these comics, there's a lot of death. So, and it seems like Knuckles is a killer.
Vector, assumingly drunk on bloodlust, is able to redirect the fire using sound waves towards the Dark Legion. In a moment of panic, the Dark Legion that was chasing the Chaotix crew crashes their flying saucers. We cut back to the past. The Dark Legion has begun their rebellion against the leaders of Echidnapolis. We're in the Hall of Science, listening to the High Counselor address the hall. Fellow council members, this night we face our gravest crisis yet, as our fellow Echidna stand poised to engage in civil war. Whatever shall we do? Steppenwolf steps into the chamber, wolf-like.
Hell yeah.
For starters, we don't give in to despair, High Counselor.
What a dork.
A random citizen sees Steppenwolf and shouts,
Hey, man, this is the only time this guy's ever going to appear. You can go hog wild with it. It'd be very funny if this guy becomes a main character.
yeah, right? Because they do name him.
They do. I call him Random Citizen all throughout, but they do name him.
Yeah, but it's like a throwaway name. It feels like a throwaway name. Okay. Okay, well. Your family is the reason why we're in this mess.
Mm-hmm.
My family is also the reason our people still survive. Which is maybe a stretch since his father's research also helped create the situation they're in. Is that a fact? Perhaps then we could barter for the well-being of our people by giving the Dark Legion what they seek. The random citizen pulls out a gun. I like how you name random citizen, even though one, they have a name, and two, they're actually like a government official. So it sounds like it's not like a dude on the street. This is like a counselor as well.
If, you know what? It doesn't matter.
That random citizen pulls out a gun. Your head on a platter, no less. Speaking of headshots, Steppenwolf starts stepping towards the citizen. That's good.
I know.
Steppenwolf starts stepping towards the citizen. If you truly believe your way is best, Counselor Garrick, go ahead and pull the trigger. The gun is now butted up against Steppenwolf's chest, presumably where his heart is, but I have only the faintest grasp of Echidna anatomy.
I almost wrote the gun is stepped up against this chest, but I was like, is that too much? Is that too dumb?
The gun is now stepped up against Steppenwolf's chest.
It was a good line. It was a good line.
Presumably where his heart is, but I have only the faintest grasp of Echidna anatomy.
I should listen to my gut more often.
For I would give my life for you and yours. This action brings the random citizen to tears. He drops to his knees. I am not worthy. Steppenwolf puts his hand on the random citizen's head and removes his gun. If you're not, then who is? Steppenwolf turns to everyone in the Hall of Science. Our society, our way of life, is threatened because we have not found a way to deal with the hand fate has dealt us. Some of us have embraced the new order, while others wish to return to the old ways. We must build a bridge to each other. All of us, if our people are to survive and grow. It will not be an easy path. In the event I do not return, there is always more than one option. Choose wisely. Steppenwolf leaves, which is interesting. Why did he march into the hall to begin with? He came in and gave a lecture and then just left. It feels like he pulled off what he considers a cool move and left so he wouldn't crash the plane into the Hudson and sully the moment.
That was it.
That was good.
I know.
That was like he did. I was halfway through reading that line. And I'm like, he's not fucking. Yup, he's doing it.
I wrote that. I was like, that's maybe my best work. And that's in the same issue when I just said Steppenwolf stepped up.
Yep.
So I had gold and I somehow did better.
The High Counselor speaks. I submit to this distinguished council. There goes a shining example of why we shall overcome. Godspeed, Steppenwolf. We're back in the present. The fires have been put out, and the Legion that were chasing the Chaotix crew are dead. Knuckles and team grabs the cloaks from the killed Echidnas. The team grabs some flying saucers and flies to the Dark Legion base, which seems to be a giant pillar coming out of the ground, reminiscent of Seattle's Space Needle. The team flies into the hangar and lands. Knuckles asks, how on Mobius could such a thing be built without anyone knowing about it? We cut to Knuckles' dad and Archimedes, watching on a monitor. Very simple, Knuckles, seeing as it was built a long, long time ago. Then again, the Dark Legion is not as pleasant as it's subject to discuss, is it now? He turns to Knuckles' dad and jumps into his hand. Spared lots of thing about his history. I was hoping Knuckles would be spared this. You're being way too overprotective of the lad, mate. His lack of knowledge could wind up getting him killed. Am I? You heard him. He thinks he's on his own. He doesn't know. He's never alone. He turns to Archimedes. Go to him, old one. Lead him out of harm's way. Archimedes vanishes. Our future guardian is not quite ready to face this enemy alone just yet. After all, he's only experienced 15 seasons, while the Legion has existed for that many generations. We're back inside the fortress. Knuckles and crew have parked their flying saucers and are sneaking into the Legion's base. They follow a gathering of cloaked figures into a great hall, where they see Kragok mid-speech. What else but the Chaos Emerald? This is what it has always been about, people. After all this time, we stand on the threshold of returning to our former glory. With the last son of Edmund burned to a crisp, there is nothing to step. Knuckles steps up. Knuckles Steppenwolf's up.
I forgot I did that one.
I'd rethink that concept if I were you.
You mixed in JFK there.
I did, actually. Brooklyn, Boston, there's an overlap. There's a nor'easter.
I thought JFK was like Connecticut for some reason.
Yes, but again, general New England.
Okay.
Right? You're right. He's not like Boston.
Yeah. He's not a working man.
No, not at all, those Kennedys. He marches on stage. It'll take more than your hot air to get the job done. Kragok is shocked and angry at this development. We cut back to the past. Menneker is standing in front of a huge crowd with Steppenwolf marching on up. What did we say Menneker was?
He was. I remember saying he was cooler.
No. He's just the orgy guy, but unsure.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but that's actually what it was.
Okay.
Because Kragok is like the evolution of that, the confident Archie guy. So Menaker is the unsure, because we're still in the past, right?
Yeah,
This is still the first orgy guy.
He's the first. He's the first of many orgies.
I've been awaiting this moment for a long time, Steppenwolf. But did you come as a friend or friends with benefits, or foe? I come alone with the hope of working out an agreement. I doubt that very much. Menaker pulls out a gun and tries to shoot Steppenwolf. He step dodges and throws a rock at Menaker, knocking his gun out of his hand. Steppenwolf punches Menaker in the stomach, which allows Steppenwolf to take off the mask that Menaker has been wearing. I'll be honest, I didn't realize he was wearing a mask, especially with how all the other Legion was designed. I just thought it was a stylistic choice. This is apparently a reveal to Steppenwolf. He asks why. Surprised, cousin? That's amazing, considering it was your father's treachery that resulted in my father's defeat. I spent many a night at his gravesite in contemplation over that. Then one night, I was startled by the flashes of emerald light that shot up from the ground over where my father lay. I didn't understand why or how, but it was as if my father had sent me a message. Don't you see? He wanted me to continue what he had started. All I understand is, if you continue what you started, Menaker, it could mean disaster for our people. I don't know what happens here. Legitimately, not one bit. Edmund waves his arms around, and I'm assuming with the power of the Chaos Emerald, he transfers the Dark Legion into another dimension? They disappear. Are they in the Chaos Emerald? We cut to modern times. Knuckles and Kragok are fighting. You haven't any idea what you're dealing with, you simpleton. We are now with Knuckles' dad, watching over our monitor. No, he doesn't. But I do. I use technology to help defeat Dimitri, despite going against his teachings of the Brotherhood. Because all things considered, I feared putting the Chaos Emerald in jeopardy the most. Knuckles' dad begins levitating with a green aura around him. Now, more so because of my son, I am reminded of my duties and the link a guardian has with the Emerald. We cut back to the Chaotix, who are working and moving as a team and completely wiping the floor with the Dark Legion because their guns have stopped working. I think the implication is that the guns are powered by the Chaos Emerald and Knuckles' dad has stopped them from working. I hope not. That's dumb. Kragok begins running away and Knuckles follows suit. The two of them reach a room with 3 chutes, like chutes and ladders. Unsure of which chute to choose, he retreats and finds an escape hatch. Knuckles reaches the surface where the Chaotix are already waiting for him. The Dark Legion has escaped. Ah, nuts! We were so unprepared for him this time. Next time, however, next time will be a different story. The end. For now.
What are your overall thoughts?
All right, so this was considerably less horny, so I'm going to zip up my pants.
No orgy happened.
No orgy. I'm very disappointed.
Yeah, so zip up your pants.
Yeah. The matching made a little more sense this issue. Because there was like, okay, climax. There were matching climaxes of both, whatever. The parallels, I guess they make sense. It's a little more understandable why they did it now. The switching, which we've talked about this whole arc, this whole 3-issue arc. But I still don't.
I don't.
I still don't care for
because
it.
it's just.
I don't care for it.
It's just one is like brothers fighting or cousins, I guess, and then this is like the line has said that it's been 15 generations of the Dark Legion. There's no connection between these two fucks, right? They're not family.
Unless they incestuously kept that shit inside, but no.
Oh, hell yeah.
But they would not be functioning at this high of a level.
Well, why do you think they have the robot stuff? That's why. You're on to something, my guy.
So you're saying the South just needs to adopt?
They need. That's why they need Elon, and that's why they're killing all these monkeys so they can put the brain chips in, so that they can fuck their sisters.
An Appalachian cyborg would be so sick. Appalachian cyborg orgy. That's where we're at.
I didn't hate this
As an ending. It's like, okay, functionally, this is fine.
Yeah,
But we kind of gave up a little bit here. Like, we gave up hope.
There's certain things that annoy me about this story, and maybe it isn't about the story, but more so the writing itself in the context of I get really annoyed of characters just like withholding information just to withhold information.
It's the worst. So this whole so one of them, Archimedes, right?
Well, not and Knuckles' dad.
Yep.
Where they're talking like Knuckles. I mean, at least they call it out here. But like, I don't see any reason to withhold the existence of the Dark Legion. And if anything, he's only putting his son's life in danger for like not giving him like a quick lowdown of like, hey, there's like a group of evil Echidna cyborgs that like might come one day. Just be aware. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I hate that stuff. I hate the fact that they try to like keep Menneker's like evil thing like as a reveal. And truthfully,
like, of course it's Menneker.
It's not only that. I didn't realize until we were doing this podcast that they change how Menneker's face is when he's wearing the mask to like try to hide. I assume to hide the reveal, because if you look, he's wearing a helmet. It isn't a mask, and it's only the top half, right?
It's honestly, it's more like a hood.
Sure.
Like a complete, so he looks like Cyclops from X-Men, but with like a black hood as well.
Yeah, but that's not the thing I'm trying to call out. The thing I'm trying to call out is he doesn't have a beard when he has the mask on. And when he takes the mask off, he suddenly has a beard.
Holy shit. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and because at first, like
I just chalked it up to like penciling. I didn't take that. I thought it was like not penciling, like shadowing.
Yeah, no, because it confused the shit out of me, because I was like, when did he grow a beard? And I had to go back.
It looked like a shadow on, like, cheek. Like,
well, yes,
creases.
It wasn't until this shot, which is the shot of
that's a chin strap, my guy.
Yeah, when Steppenwolf is doing his like chaos voodoo magic, I don't know what the fuck he's doing, and made everyone just disappear into a green puff.
Yeah.
Did I notice the beard, because you have like a full side-on shot of Menneker, and I was like, where the fuck did this come from? And I had to go back, and I'm like, they just added it in here. He didn't have a beard for the rest of it. And granted, the other issues, they were younger, so he wouldn't have had a beard yet. But I was just like, then why are you doing this? Why hide the beard? I don't know. I don't fucking care. That pissed me off.
Let's talk about the Steppenwolf's move to end his fight, the finisher there. In the last issue, there was a very quick training montage composed of only 3 panels. One was dedicated to physical training. The second was dedicated to like brain, like learning shit. And then the third was dedicated to like meditation and gaining some kind of power over the Chaos Emeralds, being able to harness its power. And that's what's the training that is utilizing here. It does feel like it comes out of nowhere, because we spent literally a panel on how he was able to manipulate that.
Well, and also, wasn't his training just like, oh, you can fly now or something?
Yeah, pretty.
It wasn't, you can vanish an army. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't like the idea of the Chaos Emerald just having like a vague catch-all. Right? It seems like it can just do anything right now. And it seems like you can harness that power. And I understand the core concept of having like unlimited energy. But like with Enerjack, I was fine. I was more okay with it because it felt like A, it like corrupted him, and B, it had a like he was infused with it, and that's where that power was coming from, kind of. Here it's like channeling, and I find that a lot more boring.
Yeah.
Because now I'm unless they put up some weird rules, it feels like anyone can probably channel the chaos energy, right?
That's my issue with magic.
Yeah.
That's my issue with power levels like this, where it's the door is slammed way open now.
I mean, he literally vanished an army.
Yeah, that's the biggest. Like, that's not even a Deus Ex Machina. That's overpowered as shit and cheap. It feels cheap for the storytelling.
Well, and then on top of it, so
Knuckles is dad, right?
yeah. So I guess my question is, what happened with the guns? Right, the blasters stopped working.
Knuckles' dad is the only explanation, and because that's how they're timing the.
Well, that and there's a
Before
green kind of energy around the guns. So were the guns powered by the Chaos Emerald, or was Knuckles' dad just able to channel the Chaos Emerald and make it so their guns don't work? I hate both of those like ideas.
The first makes more sense to me.
In terms of it's not working, I agree 1,000%.
Yes.
But also that means that when they're on the island, everyone is just channeling the Chaos Emerald, right? Because if they're using the weapons, that means it has to channel the Chaos Emerald, and that doesn't. Those weapons would only work here, right? So like that doesn't work for me in that context. You know what I mean?
Maybe, or it's both. It could be both. Where Knuckles' dad is siphoning the power, as opposed to, that's a stretch. All we know is that Knuckles' dad had something to do with disabling the guns.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're pretty confident on that.
Yeah. And again, the Dark Legion, they're pretty in tune with technology because they kept all of they're the traditionalists in the sense that they embrace technology, because in Kidnopolis before was all about technology, right?
Right, but also so does Knuckles' dad. And that was something I was going to bring up, right? Where Knuckles' dad just went on this like monologue at the end where he's like, I went against the Brotherhood because I used technology when I shouldn't have. But motherfucker, the first Guardian, fucking Edmund, or no, I guess technically it would have been Steppenwolf,
Christophilus.
Brought him to like an underground chamber that was just full of technology. And he's like, here, buddy, this is ours. And we're going to be the only ones that use it. And we're going to like cast everyone else aside so we can like hoard all this technology myself. Like, it feels like all the Guardians have all this technology and like hid it from everyone else for generations, but kept on using it. So I don't get what Knuckles' dad being like, I disobeyed the Brotherhood by using this technology is even fucking saying, because it seems like the technology was always intertwined with the Brotherhood, right? When Steppenwolf first comes in, Christopherlopoulos,
Chris Thorndike
gives him all of this fucking technology.
Uh-huh.
So he doesn't get to say they went against the Brotherhood. Like, that seems like it's like core to the Brotherhood. It seems like maybe his grandfather's a dumb piece of shit that rejected technology. But ignoring him, he just like, it seems like his grandfather just like gets high. I don't know. Does Australia have a like Vision Quest drug of choice?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I was thinking of peyote.
Oh.
But I know that's America. That's Native Americans. So,
whatever the Aborigine.
yeah, really spicy chili peppers. And they do that and they go on a Vision Quest.
I think it's cool that the Chaotix got to fight.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is the first time it felt like they're a team.
Yes.
So I legitimately do like that. I like the fact they kind of teamed up. I like the fact that they decided to use LRAD.
Again.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
So that's Vector's thing now, right? Because Mighty, we talked about this before.
His thing is trees.
You're not wrong. But Mighty's thing is strength. Whereas from Sonic Heroes, the video game, circa 2006? 2003? Yeah, 03, I think.
I think it's 04.
Sure, somewhere around there. Vector was the strength character in Sonic Heroes, the video game.
That makes... but the team is Espio...
It's only 3. It's only Espio, Charmy, and Vector. So Mighty is...
Yeah, so it makes sense that Vector would be the strong one.
Yes.
Does he use like an LRAD in that too?
No.
Well then.
No, he does wear the headphones, and I think occasionally he can be heard listening to it, but his like... Because in this comic so far, we haven't talked about this, but he talks very... How do we say this? He talks very cool. You know what I'm saying? Am I wrong?
In the comic?
In the comic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He talks very cool, and he's like a hip music guy.
Yeah.
You know? Got a little streets on him, too. But in Sonic Heroes, in the video game version of him, that's not him at all. It's more like kind of a big, kind of a goofy, lovable leader of the Chaotix team with a very strong jaw.
He does have a strong jaw. Mm-hmm. How old do we think Archimedes is?
Yeah, so Knuckles' dad says old one, right?
Yep.
So that implies these ants live a lot longer than we thought.
Yeah.
Because we were assuming they're like regular ants, or their lifespan is short. It's old. It sounds like he's older than Knuckles, right? At least.
Well, old one implies he's older than Knuckles' dad.
Yeah, that's crazy. And how many? 15 generations is the
Dark Legion's age,
which is about the same as. It has to be the same
as what?
As Knuckles' lineage.
Yes. Yeah.
So we're just gonna say 15 generations.
Yeah.
Which is about 80. No, what's a generation? 20 years?
I legitimately don't know.
Well, a generation is like 25 years. Yeah.
Yeah, that feels right.
Give or take. You can say 30. So 30 times 15, many years. So
I also thought all this happened 400 years ago. I feel like that timeline was thrown out at some point.
It probably was. I'm going to guess Archimedes is like 100 years old. Like, I think there is legitimately a parallel line of guardian ants.
Yes.
Because they set up Christopheles as this character. So that, like, okay.
I assume Archimedes is his, like, great-grandson or something.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or, like, not correct, but, like, I'm assuming that as well. Because, you know, stories just love... This isn't even a Sonic thing. It's like, every story likes to make everyone one family. Very Star Wars of them. And Ken Penders loves his Star Wars.
We still don't know what happened to the Echidnas.
The rest of the Echidnas?
Yeah.
That didn't join the Dark Legion. Oh, that's what I was going to mention, is that we had talked about Civil War before, where it's like, there's no way this goes down without some kind of Civil War. That's an insane policy to impose on everyone.
Yeah.
And lo and behold. So kudos to them for following that logical line there. It's less of a... I mean, it is a Civil War, but it's less organic and more... It was a cult doing it. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I guess it's fine. But where did the rest of the Echidnas go? That's a really good question, because it's implied. Okay, actually, it's not implied. My headcanon so far is that because of the lack of technology, when you remove technology from a society on that scale, you're going to get some deaths.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, people are going to die. Like, imagine right now, if like an EMP went off around the world.
Yeah.
And it was enough EMP, power and hits that, every electronic was just gone now. From day one, there would be hundreds of millions of deaths.
Yeah.
So my assumption is that Knuckles, or the Echidna, the rest of the Echidnas that didn't join the Dark Legion and saved themselves from that death, also died out. Or maybe just they also could have whittled themselves down and then maybe had more internal conflict and then split apart. Maybe there's some Because I don't think Knuckles is the last Echidna, period. I mean, we know that's not literally the case, but I don't think the comic was trying to come off as if Knuckles was the last Echidna, but he was the last Guardian.
Well, I mean, technically, we found out that he's not.
Correct. Yeah.
He's not even a Guardian.
Oh, sure.
His dad is.
Well, he just hasn't passed it on to him.
Yeah.
Officially.
I do.
My God, he kind of did, right?
No. He Knuckles,
what?
Knuckles' dad just straight up said he's not ready for it yet in this issue.
Okay, sure. He's not like a full-fledged Guardian. But
no.
He is shaping up to be the Guardian.
Yeah. That is actually one thing I do like. This is like the one thing I like that he's holding back, being like making Knuckles thinks he's a Guardian while like he's not in any way, shape, or form, so that he can like kind of build up his confidence and stuff while he kind of like helps from the shadows. I like that. That's an interesting angle.
Would you like it more if he didn't help from the shadows and he just helped him directly?
Yeah. If he was just like, hey, man.
Logically speaking, as my son, I should help you and provide emotional support and not be in... Man, no, you know what? Fuck it. That is how men act. This is the most roundabout divorced dad energy ever.
It does have... Yeah, okay.
No visitation rights.
But it has security cameras all over watching his son.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think Kragok should have put more of a fight?
No, honestly, I think he gave off... I think we read him perfectly. Orgy leader kind of vibe.
Cult leader.
The moment it gets a little like hot and heavy, he's like, I gotta bounce.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't fight at all. He's just like, you guys, come on. I'm just here for the orgy.
Yeah. I think he fights a little bit, but
he does. He throws a punch or two.
He's clearly no match.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not doing this. I do like the fact he just straight up retreats.
Yeah, which is cool. Not everyone has to be, on par. To be a serious villain doesn't mean they have to be on par with the hero.
Yeah,
just or at least directly 1-to-1. They can do it in a different way.
So, what do we think they're trying to tell with this story? Right? They sat down and they're like, "We're gonna tell this story." What do you think they were trying to tell?
Well, flesh out the Echidna society and kind of finish that story, even though it's not 100% finished, because we don't know what happened to the rest of society.
Yeah, we have a general idea, and yeah. I think it's honestly a safe assumption that they all just kind of perish in like
perish or scatter. Right?
No, because like honestly, there's the Civil War, but the Dark Legion is gone now.
Yeah, but subsequently they could still it was a very big blow to them, to the surviving society, but. Yes, that is the question right now, is what happened to them. It could still be combined with losing all of their technology willfully. It could have just been a slow decay of a once great empire. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to come back to the question I asked, but I want to ask this before I forget it. Do you think there's like an aristocrat kind of vibe with the Guardians?
Oh, that would be very cool. I think there's been no clear indication of that yet. Their arrogance... It seems very noble right now, and very we're seeing it from their point of view, right? We're seeing it from their.
Sure,
it's very them right now.
But
You're right. That's a very interesting angle.
But there's also an aspect of I can handle this technology and you can't.
Yes, it's like a custodian kind of vibe.
Yeah, which makes me think they're like we're inherently better than you.
Yeah, like a warden kind of vibe.
Yeah.
It is literally. Batman giving Lucius Fox the ability in The Dark Knight.
Yeah, which, like I said before, I'm sure Christopher Nolan read this and he was like, there it is.
Yeah.
There's my Batman.
That's why Heath Ledger's, name in the original draft was Menaker.
Not Kragok.
Should have been Kragok. Kragok is such a fucking Star Trek name, I swear to God.
I mean, hey, man. Ken Penders loves fucking Star Trek.
Yeah, we know. What was the original question?
Do we think... that this 3-story...
What were they trying to say?
Well, not that, and were they successful with it?
Were they successful with... Well, okay, so first of all, what are they being successful with? I guess, what are the message... Are you saying, like, the messages and themes?
Yeah.
Family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not in a Fast and Furious kind of way, but, like, if anything, the opposite of that, where it's, like, family... breaking apart and kind of sins of the past, sins of the father kind of situation.
Sure, and
still
how they
haunting
ripple
the
through
present,
time.
how they ripple through time and all
Sure.
that stuff. In that, okay, just starting with that, I think they succeeded in portraying that theme. I think they succeeded in doing that. Did it come together in a good story? That's very questionable. I would say it's kind of like, But in terms of that theme, that one clearly came across to me. Yes,
I asked the question, but I haven't thought about it at
that's
all.
fine. No, that's real.
I like the idea of things rippling through time, right? The idea that something happening in the past has grave consequences way down the line. But I just feel like the consequences aren't there. It's essentially an army shows up and then they leave.
Right.
And there's nothing truly happened. Knuckles learns that the Dark Legion exists, and I feel like that's about it. I guess Knuckles has officially learned that there's other Echidnas, but they're not true Echidnas. They're not purebred.
Pure blood.
Yeah. Or maybe they are purebred.
Unvaccinated. Yeah.
I guess I wanted something bigger because it feels like they're trying to set up a big story.
They are.
And
This 3-issue arc right here, which is the launch, the kind of the pilot for the Knuckles spinoff comic. Because I believe these 3 comics that we just read, these 3 issues, that we just read, is the soft launch for what will retroactively be known as Knuckles 1, 2, and 3. So if anything, from that angle, from the very comic book angle, they did succeed in setting up the main villain of Knuckles'.
Do we think he's going to be the main villain?
It certainly seems that way.
Sure.
So Sonic has Eggman, Knuckles has
Kragok. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, God. I'm so glad we gave him that voice if he's like his main villain.
Oh, my God. I'm so happy about that, too.
I guess this comes back to something that we talked about a little bit on this last one also, is I just don't think I understand some of the motivation of the Legion, right? Where the Menaker was saying that like Dimitri was putting us on this path of like we need technology, but never really felt like Dimitri ever said anything along those lines. And I theorized that maybe like, hey, maybe he's using the idea of Dimitri to get what he wants, right? But they don't play with that at all, which I truly didn't expect. But to me, it seems like if they wanted to fulfill the wants of Dimitri, that they would bring the island back down to planet Mobius. I feel like though that motive, like they have this like deep rooted need to be like
Deep rooted.
to bring the island back, maybe to its like maybe even like quote proper place, right? Where I feel like
This land was promised to them 3,000 years ago.
exactly. I feel like that's a more interesting angle where they're like, this world should be ours.
The 12 tribes of Echidna
Honestly,
return to the Holy Land.
like unironically, maybe not that direct,
The
but
Echidna Defense Force.
maybe not that direct, but the idea that they considered themselves like the pinnacle of society and they removed themselves from society and then society continued beneath them, quite literally.
Yeah.
And so I feel like a cult following Dimitri would want to bring their ideals back down to Mobius and spread it, right? And inherently be against Eggman, Robotnik, and against the Freedom Fighters and everyone. And I know technically they don't want to mix I don't know how that works with comic.
Well, I think they will. Well, I have no clue, but I think they'll inevitably cross over at some point. That's a really cool path this could take. A 3-way war between freedom fighters, Eggman Empire, or Robotnik, and the Dark Legion would be really cool. I would enjoy that very much. And yeah, you're right. I think giving the Dark Legion this big overall goal would be a really good arc for a really cool thing for them to gun for, that is in direct odds with keeping the island afloat, keeping the Chaos Emerald safe and protected and in good hands. In good custody. That's a really cool angle. And if they do it, I am going to continue making Israel references.
I guess there. So the only line we technically have, like, kind of signifying their goals, is we stand on the threshold of returning to our former glory. So maybe that is their goal.
Well, okay, it's still implied because it could just be technology,
right? They could rebuild Econopolis,
but putting city back in ground in the specific spot, even is that it? It's not a no, but it's not a yes quite yet.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. I really like that.
I like that angle. I like what that would do to the world. Really mix things up a bit, you know? And that's the issue. After this one, I'm going to go look up how many issues I have left.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You have multiple weeks while I'm away in the Philippines to do that math.
And I will do it 10 minutes before you come.
Hell yeah.
Next time we record. Mm-hmm. I will record something. Monday feels like a good day. We'll do it on Monday. Maybe I'll cook up something new, or I'll try to 100% Sonic. Maybe I'll try to transcribe a song.
I would love to see you try.
With no musical experience.
And I'll just watch you?
I'll put it through AI and see what it says.
Oh, great. Yeah, I love that.
Mm-hmm. You can follow us at Gotta Talk Fast. I'm not going to plug the TikTok. We're on Blue Sky. That's it, man.
I'm under @Blue Collar Jazz and on Blue Sky @DomGuan.
My personal Blue Sky is Mojosaurus.
If you were to stream, it would be at twitch.tv/Mojosaurus.
Yeah, that too.
So, yeah. This was the Knuckles launch of the Knuckles comic. How do you feel about it?
Gotta talk, gotta talk.
Gotta Talk Fast was written by Nick Folkerts and edited by Dominic Guanzon. Intro and outro themes recorded by Dominic Guanzon. Gotta Go Fast originally composed by Norman J. Grossfeld, Joseph Garrity, and Russell Velasquez.
Gotta talk, gotta talk. Gotta talk, gotta talk. Gotta talk, gotta talk. Gotta talk. Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk fast.